What is going on, everyone? It's playoffs season here in the left-hand corner of the map. In the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is Matador. In the right-hand corner of the map, playing as the red. I think, hang on, I gotta turn this off. One second. Yes, playing as the red Poseidon. His name is Matreiuss. We are on the map Valley of the Kings, and as much as this does not look like Valley of the Kings, I can assure you it is. You've got elephants on snow. We've never seen this before, but this is the type of shenanigans that we have been dealt. Over here we got some relics. We got Ring of the Nibelung over here. Over onto this side, we've got ourselves the Zhirang as well, with the wall hit points coming in. Over here we got Dwarven Horseshoes as well. Some very, very good relics on the map here. But we do have a Ra versus Poseidon. And if there's one person out there that I think has got the game knowledge, the experience, the skill to go toe-to-toe with Ra on this patch, with a god that is not Egyptian, it's Matreiuss. Matreiuss' Poseidon has gone toe-to-toe with Chemo in Legacy time and time again. Finds himself in positions where 99.99999% of people end up losing. And he wins. Nonetheless, Temple now up for Matreiuss. Hermes coming through. A very quick advance. How many villages are we on? 13 villager advance, or 12 villager advance with Katoskopos. 13 population advances. So very, very quick for Matreiuss. And Matador is going to be taking a bit of a slower route, it looks like. Now, it could be the case here that Matreiuss is just going to say, well, let's just lock in and we're going to go for a bit of a boom war. Town center over here, not the best. Town center up the top, kind of far from his main base to try and grab these elephant. It is also scouted by Matador, so Matreiuss has to go ahead and deal with that. We might see Matreiuss dropping a stable here nice and early. It looks like he's going to be going for an Atalanta here. He's getting some favor in, though it is a little bit late, it looks like, as his Hermes hits. And he's not going to be able to get that one out straight away. He's got just the one favor, waiting on that next one to come in. Centaur. Now going to be making its way across the map. And we see Bast actually here for Matador. So, Matador dropping himself an obelisk in, just outside of range of the obelisk. If he moves it back a touch, it's going to be able to show him so much. Though he can just sit here with the priest anyways and empower, and it can be a way to go. Meanwhile, Matreiuss pulling off of his gold, coming over onto food here. Trying to get a little bit of extra damage onto those animals while he walks over to the town center for a very quick one. And the centaur just pops in. Priests get a little bit of damage to send the centaur back, but all those villagers are just going to get re-healed up, and Matador is going to be completely fine with this late advance time. Now, one thing to keep in the back of your mind is, while a fast advance does net you less resources to get going, the villagers pop out faster. So if you've got a decent town center, which, I mean, back gold mine, wood line, maybe you can send cow or herdables over here to eat. If you've got a decent town center, maybe, just maybe, you're sort of good to go. But I guess we'll have to wait and see here, as Sacred Cat's going to be coming through for Matador. And he is actually not looking like he wants that far second town center at all. Let's have a look at what he spotted. He hasn't seen anything just yet. The Sphinx chasing the centaur around. Theseus coming in. And this might just be Matador saying, okay, I'm not going to go for a town center. I'm going to be restricting you from any hunt that you might get. I'm going to call it there. Now, one thing here that Matreiuss could have done is he could have dropped a lure on this town center. And basically with Poseidon, you can have a pretty good town center regardless, as long as you drop that lure in the right spot. He could go up to 20 favor and drop a lure over there now as well if he feels like it, but We'll see how it's all going to go. Town center over here, as both players do say, back town center is the way to go. And this Sphinx is going to be getting sacrificed for a little bit of scouting knowledge. If you take a quick look at what he's seen, he sees the town center, he sees the wood line, and that's about it. He hasn't seen the gold mine just yet, and he doesn't actually get to know it, but he can basically assume that it's going to be in this area, and he's going to move on. Meanwhile, market, armory coming down for Matador on the back. Town center coming up on this side for Matador as well. And the center on the way forward here. Looking for a little something something. As the first of the ice walls going to start coming down and defending this base, making it very difficult to penetrate here. And same too for Matreiuss. Both players going to be doing this. So, I mean, both players, one better than the other here in terms of a rubbish town center fast farm. So long as Matador doesn't put farms out on this town center, maybe it's fine to do so, but he can put all the farms in the main base. He didn't go for Shadoof, but he can still do that if he wants to. He can try and move forward and eat this hunt here as well. It kind of looks like Matreiuss here. He's got one stable down to just get a couple of units out to make sure that everything here is basically equal. No sneaky business, but this does give Matador the opportunity, so to speak, to just get a very, very clean, fast heroic off and be totally fine. And we're going to see the Atalanta to come through. And one thing here that I've noticed with Greek versus Egyptian is that the Egyptian is generally going to be hitting heroic ages, mythic ages faster. The Greek has to play a little bit differently, so to speak. But nonetheless, we'll see how it's all going to go as Sobek to come in. Villagers making their way down to the bottom side of the map. And Matador has the most interesting mining camp I've ever seen. He's going to put down another one here. Just to fix it up, but that's kind of funny. I think that he'll have to delete this, to be honest. Otherwise, they're going to... Oh, maybe it's actually not too bad for those to walk over here for the time being. Anyways, not the worst thing in the world. Just a little bit funny. He's getting himself watchtowers. He's going up to add to Wet Wet, where we see Sobek. And the boom is very much underway. As we see Dionysus now for Matreiuss. And a Pegasus to come through as well. And we now see the priest getting some more obelisks up. Maybe, just maybe here. Nope, not going to be able to snipe the Matador too quick on that one. Going to be pulling back for the time being. As the obelisk goes down, Rock going to be flapping over here, trying to see a little something. Cheeky little villager snipe. Does he get one? Yes, he does. And does he get out? Oh, yep, he does get out. So he can actually heal those up with Matreiuss' favorite upgrade, which he's going to grab now, Lord of Horses. So those are all going to come back up to full HP as well. Great trade there for Matreiuss, getting a tiny pick early on here. Meanwhile, over here, Matador to put up a Migdol stronghold. And the villagers all moving up to the top side. As we'll see where to next. Dark Water now coming through for Matador. Skin of the Rhino as well. And Matreiuss is making his way out over onto this side. Both players very much taking their time here. And it actually looks like Matreiuss is trying to get a Mythic Age in. He's got a ton of food, a ton of gold. Fortress coming up here with just 2 villages. Meanwhile, a couple of units are actually going to be coming out here. Matreiuss has got to be careful. He doesn't actually have an answer for this at the moment. Just a handful of units. It's an incredibly quick Mythic Age going to be coming in. He's going to have to build a couple of units. He's getting some Prodromus. As the Migdol Stronghold going to be coming up for Matador. And Matreiuss wanders out here with his big Hydra and his big headbutt. And the fortress now up for Matreiuss. And we'll see if he keeps building units. I actually wouldn't be surprised if he just stops here and he goes Mythic Age. I'm a bit surprised to see how many units that Matador is building. Farms coming up. He does have the idea of setting up on this spot and dropping a whole bunch of Petsukos. As the Hephaestus is now clicked up, the units can just sit inside of this fortress for the time being. If you see a look at this, you can see the spread is pretty safe, but there is a bit of an opening up here for those chariot archers to come around and start harassing villages, which they will be doing. The Hephaestus is clicked up now. There's a gold mine over here and a gold mine over here. There's really no reason for Matreiuss to actually be here. He can simply just pull back. Does he have himself crenellations? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. He doesn't even have watchtowers just yet. There's a couple of Prodromus. Going to try and get onto those chariot archers, but it's a bit of a fool's errand at this point, considering how far behind he is on military. He does have ceasefire. Not a terrible idea to just drop it at the moment, but we'll see what's going to happen as Matador now starting to make some siege towers out. And I guess the next move here for Matador is going to be probably getting Mythic Age through Osiris is my guess. If he can set up Osiris and he can use that sun-dried mud brick, which he hasn't yet researched, but he can grab it a little bit later. And he can start flooding Migdols all over the map. Maybe, just maybe, he can just hold underneath all of this. But this is going to be a big timing for Matreiuss now, hitting the Mythic Age so much earlier. He's got the favor for Forge of Olympus. He's got only 2 armories at the moment. Not building a third one. Probably thinking it's a little greedy to just go that hard on the armory upgrades. Better to spend some resources on units here. As the villagers are managing to sneak some elephants over here. That's kind of huge for Matreiuss. As Matreiuss is pulling back, it looks like he's mostly going to be able to go for pure cav for the time being here. As the Plenty Vault comes down, Forge of Olympus to come in. Locust Swarm gets dropped in onto the villages. Ceasefire to come through. 1, 2 villages looks like they fall. A couple of farms going to be going down as well, but all in all, not that much damage here. The differential in resources or military is pretty close here, is the big thing. Because I think Matador has taken his foot off the gas a little bit. So if Matreiuss can just hold here, he's going to be completely fine. He's already getting himself advanced fortifications. Are you kidding me? He doesn't even... He's just like, yep, come at me. What are you going to do? Bronze gets dropped. Matreiuss is just saying, please leave. Advanced fortifications in now. I don't think he's got Cren yet, but... Crenellations yet, but it doesn't matter as all these units getting pushed back. And I think Matreiuss is now in a really, really good spot. With all the pets are going to be going down, and Matreiuss has now found himself a ridiculous advantage. Osiris is on the way though. Matreiuss is just going to straight after villagers here at the moment. Look at the resources in the bank now. Matreiuss needs to do a farm transition, but oftentimes when you're doing this sort of aggressive play, it's really, really tough to get all that down. I mean, alternatively, considering he's gotten that advanced fortifications technology straight away, he could probably just pump out a bunch more fortresses and just secure this gold mine, come up here, secure this, come up here, secure this. As the Colossus is in here, enjoying a little bit of the gold, taking that away from Matador as well. That's brutal because that's like gold that he's not going to be able to mine there. As the Betsabek goes down, units charging in here, going to be taking out these bad boys. And funnily enough, I think every bit of damage, so he needs to basically kill the Colossus. He's healing almost faster than the Pharaoh is doing damage. Not at the moment. No, he's not. I lied. The Colossus will go down, but he does manage to suck a huge amount of gold out of this gold mine. And there's the Mythic Age. And Matreiuss here will need to pull back, I think. Oh, never mind. He almost picked off the Pharaoh. Pharaoh alive with 5 HP. A priest is in. Sniping the priest could slow this Son of Osiris down a lot. So units are just continuing to stream in here, but this looks like a bit of an overcommitment from Matreiuss. He's now got the Talon Center up, a couple of Heliopoli getting produced in as well, and now the gold mine's got 1,900 left. The problem here is Matreiuss hasn't secured this side of the map. I think he needs to send a villager over there and get that walled off, because that could be huge. Now, I guess on top of all of this, Matador will have a few mummies up his back sleeve here. And you see the Polyphemus coming through as well. And there's the Son of Osiris in, and I'm sure a catapult is already on the way. So Matreiuss needs to get up to full pop. He might be trying to go for another ceasefire to just buy him some time. Another fortress going to be coming up as well. But at this point, town center hitting the Son of Osiris. At this point, yeah, he just needs time, and he's almost got the resources or the favor for time. And there he goes. He's going to be dropping it. That will slow the fortress down. Going to be able to repair the town center back up. Armory upgrades. Is it fully armor? He has full armor. On the other side here, Matador's not even got bronze. So full copper versus full iron. Champion in. Houses lacking at the moment for Matreiuss, as he's got to be dropping those here soon. As Matreiuss says, it's time to charge forward. He does have a couple of unupgraded, well, medium Toxod, now heavy Toxodis, and he's going to be able to charge in here, getting huge damage in onto that Son of Osiris, getting chased back. This is a huge push for Matreiuss. Is there enough here, though, for Matador to hold underneath the town center? The Polyphemus is also going to town on this one. Son of Osiris now down to 140 HP. 140 HP. As the Son of Osiris ends up falling. The gold is gone. He is up onto this gold mine. So Matador's going to be able to continue, but it looks like Matreiuss is just in an absolutely commanding position at this moment. All the units queued up. He's got himself 4 stables, 4 archery ranges, 3 military. He's got everything, and Matador taps out. Matreiuss proves a little too strong here with his fast, mythic, fast fortifications strategy here. That was pretty brutal. Matador, I was a little confused as to why he was building as many units as he was. I don't think he needed to do that. He could have got to the Mythic Age much, much quicker, but I think he sort of got caught out in this one a little bit. Because if you let the Poseidon player rush Mythic Age, he's just got Hephaestus, and it's gonna be a tough game for you. But generally speaking, the timings favor the Ra player here. But for whatever reason, Matador goes for something completely different. Can't really get the damage done with his units. Doesn't go so hyper all in to try and take out the fortress and try and lock Matreiuss in his base, which could have been an option here. Maybe staying Heroic Age and trying to lock Matreiuss in his base with a couple of siege towers to push forward. But nonetheless, well played here for Matreiuss for game number 1. We'll move into game number 2. And we'll see how it's going to go. Alrighty, game number 2. In the right-hand corner, currently down 0-1. It is the blue Matador, and he is playing as Thor. And now, Matreiuss. Now moving in to his second comfort pick. Oftentimes these tournaments are more about picking what is strong rather than what you are good with. But Matreiuss, he's not doing that in this one. He goes Poseidon, and now he's going Loki. If you guys have followed Matreiuss' career over the past 4 or 5 years, he was a Poseidon main, but before that, he was actually a Norse main. And towards the end of Legacy, he sort of revitalized Loki and sort of showed what Loki can do against specifically Egyptian, which no one else was really able to do. He's the only real player that could pick this god in tournament and take games off players like Joe, like Chemo, and all the other really tough Egyptian players, Skadi. Probably the only real player that could make that happen on a consistent basis. But this is his Retold. Loki is a very different god in Retold. But arguably it fits Matreiuss' playstyle even better. So we'll see what he's going to go for. He's currently chasing berserks around. He's run into Matador's base. He's dropped the spy. He sees the Dwarven Armory. And a temple going to be coming down for Matreiuss, literally just outside of the base of Matador. He is going as aggro as he possibly can here. There's a house, ox cart coming down for Matreiuss. The temple is up, and what is he going to do with it? Are we going Heimdall? Heimdall to come through, undermine the 2 towers, potentially also hit a building going up here. It's 1 gold mine Ghost Lake as well, with 3 gold mines on each side, so 6 total. And he does decide to go Heimdall. As the Berserker charging around the map, trying to find all of the goats. On the other side here, temple coming up. Funnily enough, I think I just thought of a strat. But funnily, yeah, no, I think I just, I'm not gonna, I just thought of a strat here. If you go fast enough to the Heroic Age against the Dwarven Armory, which is possible, and you spy the Berserk, undermine the temple, and then all of a sudden, look at this. It would be a very rough rebuild of that temple. Keep it in the back of your mind. Could be a very nice anti Thor strat if this is the build order that people are going with. Nonetheless, Freya coming through. Now this is the scary part when you go for a forward temple. You're her, sir. They're hanging out. They're not at home in the slightest. Einherji wandering forward, looking to try and get just a little bit of damage done. He drops the speedy Einherji. He's moving quick. Look at him go. Up. Little bits of damage. Whoop. Great Hall now up. Raiding Cavalry going to be coming through. Matreiuss, he doesn't see the villagers over here. Matador sees the Great Halls, but he's so far out of position here. He's playing with fire. You'd expect him to be on the other side, but he hasn't decided to move just yet. As Freya will hit, and I imagine immediately that Valkyrie is going to make a beeline for Matreiuss' base. There he goes. Do we see any Ursa back home? Answer no. I think he's expecting, as he does drop the Undermine, he's expecting, or was expecting, Force Eddy here. But not today. Villagers going down. He snipes the spied Deuterino there. As a Dwarven Goldmine gets dropped, Matreiuss taking very little damage, to be honest. But now the Valkyrie inside the main base of Matreiuss. Matador looking for damage. He needs to send a Ursa back home. Villagers getting pulled off of this position here. As the Einherry blows the horn. Is there any Ursa getting sent back home? This one's sitting idly by for the time being. The Einherry going to go down. Raiding Cavalry also going down. Villagers pulled back.
Escape on?
As the house goes down over on that side. And Matador going to be bailing out on that position for the time being. Meanwhile, he's getting a nice fight over here, however, as those Ursa do get caught out. But Matador is thinking maybe we can go for some raids here. He's coming in onto the backside. Matador's got a healthy amount of units here. Who wins this fight? It looks like Matreiuss doesn't want to take it. He's waiting on that medium cavalry. Turns around, loses two throwing axe in there. Great snipes from Matador. As Matreiuss now moving into the main base, looking for something to do. Villagers over on this position going to need to bail? What is he doing there? He's running straight into those raiding cavalry as well. This is brutal as the raiding cavalry come around onto this side looking for something. The forest fire gets dropped. And Matreiuss says, yeah, nah. We tap out here. The game is done. He doesn't want to play it anymore. A brilliant game one followed by a blunder here from Matreiuss in game two. Not wanting to play this one too standard. He goes for the cheese and it does not work. Nonetheless, well played here by Matador. And we'll move into game number 3. Alrighty, moving into game number, what is this? 3. Game number 3. As in the left-hand corner of the map, we've got Matador playing as the Blue Zeus and Matreiuss doing something we've never seen before, not picking Greek. On Mediterranean, he decides, you know what? Let's go in with Set here. Now, Matreiuss' Egyptian isn't something I've seen a whole lot of. Oftentimes in these tournaments, if you're not equipped with a god to a very deep level, you'll basically play what is affectionately known as Notepad Pocket Pick, which is effectively you learn one strat, you do said strat, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does work, great, right? I don't know where Matreiuss sits here. I don't know if this is a pocket pick that he's planned for Mediterranean, or if he's just rolling the dice, or if he knows Set really, really deep at the moment. Now, recently, Set was nerfed. There's a pretty significant nerf. Plague of Serpents used to effectively win you the water outright. Now, whether it wins you or not, I'm not exactly sure. I haven't seen it. So this is something we're going to be seeing probably for the first time here in this tournament, because most people are picking the Egyptians on the land maps. So either Matreiuss is going to get a really quick win here, or he is going to be shown the insanity of his ways. Nonetheless, a couple of other ideas here for Set would be using Plague of Serpents defensively, dropping a town center, right? Grabbing this hunt over here, grabbing a whole bunch of hunt, going for some sort of a 2 town center idea into a heroic age, into getting some Leviathans out to hold the water. I don't know. There's some weird ideas. Zeus is pretty stock standard, right? You get your nice advance in. It's very, very simple to play Zeus. In fact, you see 5 villages on wood for Matador, which I might argue is a little bit too many. In this patch, you got the 18-second fishing ships. It takes a long time for them to come out, so you really only need 3 villages. Actually, probably, yeah, 3 villages on wood to afford fishing ship production from 1 dock. And then on top of that, your extra villager on wood is going to be enough. But the temple coming through, and it's probably going to be about a 3-minute 30-ish advance time for both players. There's the temple up over here. Matreiuss going up through Anubis. Goes for a quick advance here. This is actually very, very quick. I'm really not sure about the fast advances from the side of Matreiuss on this map. Because you can't really push anything. But maybe you can. He just needs to get the advantage and drop Plague of Serpents and then hold the advantage. Is maybe what he's thinking. Hand Axe coming through. Temple is up. Athena on the way. It's going to be that... There you go, 3:36 advance time for Matador. He's going to wander forward, put a dock down. And a dock onto the side going to be coming up here as well. As we got the monument to the villages coming through for Matreiuss. And he's got just enough to start producing himself some ships going for the immediate ramming galley, which will force out archer ships, which are good. Well, which the Plague of Serpents are good against. No? Not really. I think you probably want to go for archer ships here to force out juggernauts to then drop the Plague of Serpents down on. No? That makes the most sense. There's a Pentaconta charging in. We see Vision. And onto this position here for Matreiuss. He just wants to see exactly what's coming out. He's got a couple of Aurochs here. Not sure if he's going to be donating those away or not. Wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Matreiuss with the ramming galleys charging and trying to deny the dock. Not able to do so. And at this point, it's probably time to start thinking about Plague of Serpents, right? Seeing a whole bunch of animals coming in here. How is he going to do this? He's got to sort of wander around and hit the wood line or something. But there's no way around there. Is the Minotaur going to be sneaking around trying to get some damage done? As the army of animals charging in to the main base here. Good control from Matreiuss here. Pulling in the ramming galleys, doing it all. His Anubite charges in to start hitting these villages here. He's going to get some kills as the villagers turn around. They start shooting. He bolts the Anubite. No Plague of Serpents still. A couple of cabinets going to be coming out here as the village is getting pushed back. Over here we see the Minotaur still hanging back. And while he is losing all these animals, he is getting a hefty amount of damage in. And is this worth it or not is the big question. Donating all that hunt there is pretty risky. Plague of Serpents now decides to get thrown down on this spot as Matreiuss trying to break through here. He has a significant military lead at the moment. You can see on that minimap that blue dot wandering into the main base of Matreiuss. Will he be paying attention? There's 2 blue dots there. That's a Katoskopos and a Minotaur. Very, very simple to deal with this one as Egyptian. You've got the Pharaoh, you've got the priest. But you have to notice it. He's probably fully focused on this at the moment. As he runs in, and he does notice it, the Pharaoh gets pulled over, and that's going to be immediate damage onto the Minotaur. At this point, you just let him headbutt, you kill it off, and you're good to go. Now you have to also remember, Matador still has himself restoration. Matreiuss doesn't. And how do you kill this off is the big question. We've got some fishing ships coming through. And Persane. Not continuing to build units here for the time being. Pentaconta's coming in for Matador. Now the docks have only got 18 range here, so the war barges will be able to take these out relatively quickly. There's no ships going in onto this dock though. So there's a couple coming over here, but he's still got to break through all of these serpents here. I don't know if I like this from Matador. He probably should be just thinking, let's just sack and maybe come back on a different spot here with a whole bunch of Skylar later. If he does pop out, the dock with 27 HP remaining. Great control from Matreiuss. He's now getting some more cabinets out. Trying to take out the fishing ship. Still not killing off this dock. I just want to see him just finish that dock off, but doesn't want to do so. Restoration coming in. The Plague of Serpents still being a nuisance here for Matreiuss. Matador, well, for Matador. Well, nuisance for Matreiuss. Helping Matreiuss. I don't know. As the cabinets will be able to start winning this, but now he needs to get himself out some more Pentaconta to deal with any sort of juggernauts coming through. Do we see a town center? Not just yet. Matreiuss, he's looking for a heroic age. He has a market. No market. He's going for barracks. There is a world here where he can get a gold staff. If he denies this town center, maybe. But now he's building out a huge amount of spearmen. He's getting himself medium spears, serpent spear. He's going to be able to continue fighting here. He's only got 8 villagers on wood, which will mean Matador is going to be able to come back over here. The gold situation, there's still 1,300 gold. This might be a little bit early for Matreiuss here. But he's going to get a couple units. The scout coming in to see exactly what's happening here. Unfortunately for Matreiuss, he will get spotted. As all the Pentacontas going down, and Matreiuss will have to pull back. He'll be losing his other war barge here as well, as he doesn't get that one away. Spearman sitting on this side. Meanwhile, over on this side here, the Auroch does notice this, getting damage done onto the villagers there. Does Matreiuss... Yes, he does. He does notice it. He's going to send the Spearman around. I mean, if he can sneak through, is there any way that he can sneak through here? No, everything is completely out in the open. There's no way. He just has to run straight there. As the fighting, though, keeps going on, there is a world here where you don't notice, if you're Matador, that the Spearmen are coming. But Matador does notice. He's retreating. And Matreiuss now going heroic age. He has the resources, but no armory. His market and armory aren't up. This could be the big mistake for Matreiuss. He doesn't keep fighting the water. He loses the water now. His fishing ships need to go back in and hide. He is getting some villager snipes here. This is huge. But he's going to have to get quite a few for this to be made worth it. One villager probably going to go down there as well. One thing here for Matreiuss to think about is send a villager around and put barracks over here and put barracks over here. That's the play when you're in this sort of a situation. The thing here for Matador is get a wall up on this spot. And then that way you can stop the rotation. He's also got the ideas of jumping in a trireme and then sneaking a gold mine over here, for example. Or over here, for example. There's the dock here. Gonna get sniped down. FD's still not in. The armory comes up. Dock's coming up over onto this side. Matreiuss is just going to be sniping docks. He's getting docks over on this side as well, pumping out the Well, not really pumping anything at the moment. All these fishing ships here. He doesn't want to lose these. If he's going to be planning on coming back here. Going for a town center as well. The gold mine in the main base about to be expired. Market situation here for Matador. He's got a lot of food, a lot of gold he can sell. But more importantly, he's going to be going heroic age, which means an attempt to sneak up a fortress. If he gets the fortress up, maybe it's enough, maybe it's not. There is ancestors. There's a spearman charging in. Trying to snipe a villager. They do manage to pick one off. And Matador playing very safe now. He knows he's got the water for the time being. But for how long is the question? The fishing ships are back out working. Spearman over here sniping down Heracles. Does lose one. Can go after some houses as well. There's some villages all over the place. The watchtowers are up. Pegasus coming in on this side. Town center is up for Matreiuss now, so he's going to start getting some sort of a villager advantage as well. But the fishing ship advantage is massive here, right? We see military academies coming down. You can sell a huge amount of food here for gold and look to get onto this gold mine. Matreiuss allowing this is surprising to me because he could have sent villagers forward and tried to put up a migdol or something there. He's got himself now heavy spearmen, making a whole bunch of these cabinets in. He doesn't have himself the upgrade Mythic fleet here, but nonetheless, he's going to be having to fight up against the Skylar. There's the spearman over onto this side. The Hydra is more than enough there to cause some problems. And Matreiuss not paying attention here. Not targeting down the Skylar. That Skylar is about to get a hefty amount of stuff. He drops the ancestors down here. As all the spearmen going down to this Hydra though. This is the trump card here for Matreiuss. These guys do 17.6 pierce damage. Is that going to be enough? It looks like it very well might be. Gold into the center here. Coming through. Hypaspis, hoplites on the way. There is a migdol up. So Chariot Archer is going to be available. Pharaoh coming through here to join into the fight. Needs to micro this one. Does hit that Hydra now as Matreiuss pulls back. But he allows the Pharaoh to get targeted down. He's got to micro that one back. He does pull there. Keeps it alive for a little bit longer. But not enough. As all the docks here in the main position going to be going down. The Hydra falls. No fortress up just yet for Matador. He's throwing military buildings down. As the lost ships are all dead. On the dock, on the main, on the waterfront here. This is an absolute mess. We see Axemen coming in. Chariot Archer, Axemen to deal with those Hypaspis as the villagers sneaking around. Going to be looking for a potential town center here or something. What is he thinking? I don't really know. There's another cheeky Hydra out. Matreiuss' score advantage is gigantic here, but it can all go down very, very quickly with one misstep in these sorts of positions. As Matreiuss pulls back, more Axemen, Camel Rider coming through. There's bronze as well here for Matador, so Matreiuss needs to be careful. Doesn't have a good answer for that at the moment. He does have Plague of Serpents he can drop as well as a bit of a retreat path sort of idea. Using these animals to take down a storehouse. Absolutely wild. Another Migdol Stronghold coming down for Matreiuss. He might... I mean, a simple solution here is to jump Mythic Age, right? You've got water control. You've got all the extra food economy coming in. Fishing ships popping out. A couple of archer ships waiting there. Matador can get himself some answers to that with a couple of Juggernauts if he wants to. There's a couple of priests here to help take down the Hydra. Love that play there. Bronze gets dropped. Odysseus going to be getting sniped onto that spot. And Matreiuss just has to retreat. There's no sense in taking this fight. He's going to have a Migdol over here that he can run to. No problems. Unfortunately for Matreiuss, looks like he's going to lose these chariot archers. They're getting cornered off over here. But now underneath the Migdol stronghold, he can garrison into this if he wants. Completely fine to go for that sort of an idea. And the chariots do end up falling, so a nice little win there for Matador. Trying to pull himself back into this game, but a third town center now going up to one town center for Matador. Matador is so far behind on economy now that I don't know if it's going to matter that he's got all of this unit quality here. As the priests turn around, going to take it down the Hydra. Can Matreiuss take this fight here is the big question. Oftentimes, this can be very, very tough to win these fights with camels versus all these peltasts. And it's looking like Matreiuss might... I mean, he might be able to. He's getting Axemen. Axemen are a great idea here to jump in onto this one. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the star for those scalloped axes, but I don't think it matters, as there's just too many units for Matreiuss. And Matador there taps out as Matreiuss claims game number 3 as he goes up 2-1, managing to convert with the Egyptian on Mediterranean. Really nice to see that here. It's something that's kind of rare. It's something that I think we know is a thing as tournament. Well, the tournament players know that this is a thing in the back of their heads. But one of the reasons we don't see this god here all too often is because it's just, where do you want to use your Zeus? Where do you want to use your Hades? And oftentimes it can just be better to just say, well, let's just use it on Mediterranean where it's really, really good. And the Egyptian players go, well, we don't really want to waste our Egyptian on a water map when it's so good on land maps. It covers so many different things, right? But Matreiuss gets away with it here, and I think he's going to be happy with that one. But we'll move into game number 4, and we'll see if Matreiuss can convert or if Matador can get it together and find a way through the beast that is Matreiuss in this tournament. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, up to game number 4 right now is Matreiuss in the lead 2-1 in this kind of insanely high quality winners bracket round 2 series here. In the right hand corner, we've got Matreiuss. He's got the Hades. In the top of the map, we've got Matador as the Frere. And we are on the map Arena, the ice variant. As you can see, some nice quality stone gates and all the other good stuff. And we'll see how this game's going to go. As Matreiuss is he might be looking for a fast advance here. Now, there is no... How do I put this? There's no real damage you can get done here as Hades early on. But he is going for a fast advance, it looks like. He's got 2 villages on wood. He's not going for a fast temple. So he's not going for a fast Vault of Erebus. So the only thing I can think of here is that Matreiuss is trying to get units out fast so he can deny access to the center of the map for Matador. Keep Matador stuck in his base. But if Matador reads this situation correctly, he should be okay. He's got 3,000 golds in his main base. He's got safe hunt on 2 different positions, and there's all the cows in the world around here. Plus you got the walls, you get yourself watchtowers, and it will be impenetrable for the classical age Hades. There's a temple coming up. And the other options for Matreiuss would be, well, just go straight for a fast second town center and then get Vault of Erebus later, which I do not believe on this patch I do not believe it's possible to out-benefit the Vault of Erebus, because Vault of Erebus is giving you plus 2.5-ish villages. Maybe let's just call it 3 villages, plus 3 villages. So that means you need to get the town center up like 1836. What's the 48? No. My brain not working. I can't do that. I can't do that math. You need to get it up 3 villages before the is it 54? Seriously, my brain stopped working. 52. No, it's yes, 18, 36, 54. Anyways, yeah, you have to get the town center up 54 seconds before the Vault of Erebus can get it up, which I don't think is possible. And then we also have to get your Vault of Erebus in as well to stop the bleeding. Actually, well, I mean, maybe if you get it up 1 villager before, it might be worth it. 1 villager before and then the Vault of Erebus, so then that 1 villager fights back however many minutes it takes for that one to fight back, and you get a very slight advantage. I don't know. Anyways, Matreiuss here, pulling villages off of gold, swinging over onto the bottom side of the map. What is his game plan? It looks like he's going for a town center. It feels like he's going for a town center. He must be going for a town center. Is he going for a village center? You have to be kidding me. There's no way. In a world where I understand nothing, I do not understand this in the slightest from Matreiuss. Matador, the thing for Matador here. Okay. I've got it. The idea here is Matador is not going to be able to scout this. This is too far behind the walls. He's not going to be able to scout this. So, what Matador is going to think is that Matreiuss is going to be going for a underworld play. So Matador has to be careful, because otherwise he's going to get underworlded. He drops his Ghoul and Bursty, and then the units retreat back out, and then he charges in over here and he kills this, right? But in actuality, I think what Matreiuss is doing is he's just going for a fast mythic. Straight up fast mythic here. Just like we saw in the first game, except this time with no pressure at all. Longhouse in the middle of the map for Matador. Let's have a look at what Matador sees. He's scouting around, trying to spot some things. Headbutts the old Deuterino over here, as we do have a cheeky little Asgardian hill fort to come in. Matador gets no knowledge here. I mean, the other option here is for Matreiuss to go for an underworld fortress play off of the village center, which makes some sense, but it's less potent than the fast mythic idea. And one thing here that Matador could have done is he could have seen the score drop. That does give it away a little bit. As the Ajax coming in, starting to poke away. And the question here is, what does Matador do? Because I think Matador, he kind of wants to play this slow, booming game as well, right? So he can just grab a town center, he can grab another town center, he can then go to the heroic age. Does he really care if something weird is coming his way? If Matreiuss just goes for a fast mythic through Apollo Hephaestus, does he care? Like what does it matter? Like he's gonna have 3 town centers. He's gonna already have the cheaper upgrades anyway, so it's not like he has to pay for those. He's just gonna have to defend a timing, so to speak. Is the armory coming down now, and Matreiuss going to be ready to go to the next stage. Now, one other idea is that Matador can just go for this tech and then go for Rams. And he does have access to the main base of Matreiuss here. He absolutely has access. So, especially now that he has the town center up, he's almost got the resources for it. You can just grab the tech, build 3 rams, and just start, or even build 1 ram, and then just start going. Could bring a couple rams over. It's military academy coming in. A couple of random gates here as Matreiuss is spending his resources a little bit funkily. Watchtowers coming in to say, please leave my base. For those of you who don't know, a stone wall gate does die a little quicker than a stone wall, as we are actually going to be seeing the old, I can't say this, so I'm just going to say Dalir. I'm going to make that a silent L. I mean Y. Silent Y. And Apollo is the god of choice here for Matreiuss. And the question is this going to be Rams? It is going to be Rams. He is going for it. So Matreiuss will need to bail on this idea, because otherwise I think he loses everything. Because there's no way to stop this. These towers don't do that much. They're pretty good. They're pretty strong. But once the Rams are out, it's going to be tough. He's throwing military buildings down while this is all coming in. Does he have a scout out? He does have a Pegasus, but he's not really using it. He sees the town center. He sees the Asgardian bastion, but he doesn't see the army. So is it going to be too little too late after all is said and done here? That's the big question. Village differential is still in favor of Matador, though. Not Matador, Matreiuss, though. And Matreiuss does do the trick here. You go up to the heroic gauge to the village center. It's a little bit less lost time with the villagers. As the heroic age is in, portable ram gets sent packing. Units will absolutely need to start coming through here. And this wall goes down so quickly. Zom comes through. Matreiuss is actually housed here as well. He's in a lot of trouble. Another military academy coming in. Matador doesn't want to stay in this game that long. He says, let's finish this one right here and now. A couple of Manticore coming out to try and keep Matreiuss alive, but the wall's getting opened up here as these rams doing huge damage. Behind this, Matador could pull back now because he's stopped the fast Mythic. He's made Matreiuss spend resources. Matreiuss is going to be out of food. He's not going to be able to get to the Mythic age. So now he can pull back if he wants and go to the heroic age himself. Or he can keep this all in going, keep spamming units, and see if he can break this Hades base. Matreiuss defending well thus far. Game is still in the balance here. Doesn't quite manage to snipe down the Draugr as units all pulling back. And he has spotted the village center now, so he knows exactly what he's facing. One idea here for Matador is to grab this town center and then use that Golem bursty here to charge in. There's some villagers trying to sneak out onto this hunt. And he's saying no, get out of there. Trying to snipe this down and get some favor there as well. Servants of Glory coming in to speed up those units. And it does look like now the idea here for Matador is let's get to the heroic age. A little bit of splash damage from those Manticore, but good dodges, and the game continues along. Does Matreiuss actually see this town center? He doesn't. This could be such a brutal grab here. There's no resources for it at the moment. He's got so much gold. Does he have a market? Does. He's going to be building it now as he's realizing his macro is a bit off. There's Aegir coming through. Watchtowers coming through. Ring Oath as well. All the animals getting taken out. Little side note. Villagers actually get you more favor than sniping with the units there. So you got to be a little careful. Now, Matreiuss out in the middle of the map. He is behind on pop by a lot here. Villagers getting sent packing here as he almost loses one. He does have himself... Wow, does he have Pandora's box as well? Not Pandora's box. What's the relic called? Pygmalion statue. 77 HP in a dream. Still loses a villager though. Now the Hephaestus does finally click in. There's still 2,000 gold here. 900 gold here. So Matreiuss is like, I guess get me to the Mythic Age, and then we'll sort it out. Matador, on the other hand, I think he should probably stay Heroic Age here. Just get all the techs in. Try and grab this town center. And then he's got Gullinbursti and Aegir to just erase an army of Matreiuss. But we'll see if it's going to work out. Generally, these sort of positions favor Freyr quite a lot. But it's sort of rare to see the Hades play getting Mythic Age this far earlier than the Norse. So it'll be interesting to see. Does lose a villager, trades for 2 raiding cavalry there. Not a bad trade as the villagers immediately returning back onto the boars here. Meanwhile, Matador says, "Yo, let's go. Can't be giving you any time to breathe here. Just take the town center and then set up. That's all he needs. He's going to be breaking more of this wall. He doesn't have the resources just yet. He's trying to make some goatee to deal with those Manticore. Is he going to grab it? Still doesn't have the wood. Matreiuss has got the resources, but he is playing a very, very greedy game as those Manticore going kind of ham into the middle. He gets a big splash onto those raiding cavalry. Still not... There he goes now taking the town center. Matador going to be up 4. It's technically 1 town center here. Now these are going to be very, very high quality units though for Matreiuss. It's the Mythic Age. Drops the Plenty Vault. Gets himself the Forge of Olympus. 3 armories are up. He needs Siege to break out of here. But Tempest, Gullinbursti is in. And now Matreiuss is caught out here. Restoration coming down. Look at the damage from the Gullinbursti. Does it matter or not? As Matreiuss gets back underneath his fortress, underneath his town center. Another Sentinels gets dropped down. Gullinbursti still charging in here. Will get sniped down very quickly now to all the buildings, but Tempest is done. 220 population for Matador, as Matreiuss's base looks like it is just going down here. Matador says, I'm going to pull back. I'm going to drop this Asgardian Hillfort. He doesn't want to overcommit too much. The armory upgrades for Matreiuss. Now he's starting to pre-queue everything. But he still has to hold for so long under so little. He could just garrison into the fortress here, or garrison into the town center and get a huge amount of damage. But those portable rams are a problem, as the rams now going to be trying to take out the portable rams here. They're actually doing, it's actually doing a fair amount of damage. But Matador is staying at a very solid 190 population here. And Matreiuss in that moment does say, that's the game, GG. Let's go next. As we will be moving into another game. This time, game 5. 1 game left. Can Matreiuss pull it back after losing this one brutally on Arena? Or will Matador be able to continue his conquest here? We'll see how it's going to go. Let's jump into game number 5. Alrighty, game 5. This is for all the marbles. Well, at least some of the marbles, because if they lose It's not all over for them. They get to keep going along. Not a big problem. As there is a loser's bracket in the right-hand corner of the map for the final game of this series. Playing as Fushi. His name is Matador. On the left-hand corner of the map, playing as Odin. His name is Matreiuss. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a matchup here. Odin versus Fushi. Incredibly hard for the Odin. There's so many little things you absolutely need to have go right for you to get an advantage here. A back gold mine could be really, really helpful here for Matreiuss. He sort of has one, kinda, not really. Fact of the matter is this gold mine up here, you're pressuring over here. If you can sneak through this way, it's over. If you come this way, you can come around this way and you can swing back around this way, no problems. Gold mine over here. Behind the town center would have been nice, but not behind a town center. You can't even go for a fast second town center play and try and defend. Matador has got two options here. You can go for Zhennu, or you can go for Qi Yao. Either or. Both very, very vicious. Very, very difficult to defend against. So we'll see how he goes. There's Matreiuss dropping a house over here. Is he going for the slow advance? No, Matreiuss isn't going for a slow advance, but technically it's a slow advance because he still hasn't started a temple. He's got the food already in. This is very, very late for Matreiuss here. Dropping a temple kind of in the middle of nowhere. Very risky here. We'll see if it's going to work out for him. And we do indeed see Matador opting for Qi Yao. You get lightning weapons. You get Yatsu. You also get the Neja as well. Several things that are incredibly powerful in the early game. You can also put early game pressure on with pioneers here to start harassing these wood lines. Two wood lines on both sides. Very tough to grab wood here. There is a nice wood line at the very back, but if you go for that, then the Arts are going to have a field day. So we'll see exactly what Matador's plans are here, and we'll see if Matreiuss has got an answer. House up. A nice wall over here would not go astray. Nice pioneers wandering forward. And there's a fairly decent timing here for China with this sort of pioneer harassment. You can come in, hit the Herso, hit the Berserk, and all the other good stuff. Gonna be getting a couple of those balloons in here as well as the Yatsu dives in there, hits the Ox Cart, decides, nah, let's not risk it. I don't know when the classical age is coming in. Doesn't really want to lose too much HP as the Neja now coming out. Still poking away here for the time being. Taking a lot of damage. Not quite losing a unit just yet. As the Yatsu bouncing back and forth in the main base here. Imperial Academy up. Do not yet see. Oh, we do have watchtowers through. We're yet to see any extra Yatsu coming in. But one Neja to come through. This guy can sneak through here. He can start hitting those villages. The villagers finishing up on the hunt over here. Oh, a little bit of miscontrol from Matador as his Neja charges in underneath the town center. Oh, and he gets the wall up as well. Brutal. As the villagers coming around. Starting to get a little bit of a shank. Villagers pulling back over here. As the harassment there from that Valkyrie does get solved, and the Nezha basically dead here. May as well just delete it and restart. Fire Archer's now starting to come out. I imagine it's going to be Fire Archer. It's going to be Halberdier. Incredibly tough to beat this composition. Yatsa as well. You have to build Hersa, Raiding Cavalry, or actually maybe it's Berserk, Hersa, Raiding Cavalry, or something. Hersa, Raiding Cavalry. I don't really know. So the unit's charging forward. Got to be careful here. He does have a Halberdier coming in. Yatsa to dive in here. The Pioneers can get some big damage done onto that Valkyrie. With some good micro here, Matador should be able to snipe this bad boy. One more shot. Doesn't quite manage to get it, but down to its last legs there. 40 HP remaining. So far, Matreiuss has survived here. So far, he's totally fine. So the Najjar pulling back. I don't think he can heal this one. He's going to go and grab a relic. There is Eye of Horus in the back corner. And he's trying to put some light pressure on here. Matreiuss now going to be looking for some raids. There's Matador now coming over here. He's going to actually lose his Najjar. Does get alerted to the raiding cavalry, but he's still hanging out onto this spot. And Matreiuss manages to get the Quaofu. Not quite able to get it stuck there. He's just retreating back. So close to going down. Forest Fire comes down here as well. Retreating back into the tower as the Najjar is now out. That's going to be pretty much enough to defend this position, to be completely honest. This guy is a absolute tank with a talent center as well there to help out. And Matador can't get into the main base. Kind of looks like Matreiuss is okay here now. We see watchtowers, not just yet. There's one raiding cavalry goes down. The Najjar goes down as well. He's trying to snipe that low HP Quaofu. Doing so much damage here. And now Matador says, it's time to come over here and we'll hang out onto this spot. Probably put the Quaofu over onto the gold mine, no problems. But so far so good for Matreiuss. He has basically avoided all of the big pitfalls in the early stages of this game. Some walls going to come out over onto this side as the raiding cavalry up to the top. But then again, we aren't seeing Matador building a single Yatsa here, which is a little bit confusing. Because they're so good at, one, sniping down raiding cavalry that are raiding you. Two, coming around to the side, sniping off villages here. You know, some villages over here. There's the Quaofu coming over onto this side. Popping some walls up. And now we see a heroic gauge coming through for Matreiuss, as he is going to be attempting to move out of his base. He'll be able to have access to very strong Jarls here. So the Thrown Axeman getting caught out of position. Our Master of Weaponry going to be coming through as well. And you're now hitting for Matreiuss. He's going to be dropping an immediate Walking Woods over here to say, I'm scary, stay away from me. And Matreiuss is now in a really, really good spot. He's in the heroic age. He's going to be able to drop a hill fort soon and have access to Huskal. He might not even need them. As he's sending villagers forward. Wait, are these going to get converted into berserks? Surely not. He's going for these. Okay. Or maybe it's like a crazy all in here. I mean, it's still looking pretty crazy. And how many pioneers are here? There's 5 pioneers. Sorry, there's 7 pioneers. Najar as well. Master of Weaponry. Matreiuss here looking to end the game right in on this moment. He pulls back. It's a very scary moment here for Matador. Does bring his Najar back in. He does have also lightning weapons as he drops that one in. Matreiuss needs to retreat here. One does not simply beat lightning weapons, is what I've been told. The Najar getting sniped down. Those halberdiers sort of not attacking the raiding cavalry at the moment. All of the throwing axemen getting cleaned up. And it looks like Matreiuss' army evaporates. And after all of the good work that Matreiuss does in this game, he throws it away trying to faceplant through lightning weapons. And that's the game. And that's the series. Matador goes on to the next round. Matreiuss to the losers bracket. An absolute titan said to the losers bracket. It's going to be scared for everyone who's in the losers side right now. Scary. But congratulations to Matador. Turns out you don't need Yahtzee. You don't need anything. You just play this comp and it doesn't die. That's about what I thought. Anyways, nonetheless, if you guys enjoyed this one, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.